has, entitlements coming from the Fulanis. We can see that they are wailing that Tinubu, who just appointed Ojulari from Kogi State, and we agree Kogi is not central, but because he bears a Yoruba name, these northerners are saying that Tinubu is only appointing Yoruba people. Mr. Raf, at this stage, when you don't bear the name Bello Usman, they will say you are non-northerner. What's your reaction?
That's as a result of not only ethnic bigotry, but religion bigotry. These people are bent on, liking themselves, their kinsmen, their names, their system of naming. Let me tell you, it could be that the person appointed is Mohammed Garba. Fulani will like it. Yes, that is what they come to do in this part of the world, to actually Islamize. Yes, every region of this country must at least practice Islam for a Fulani man to have love for you. Could be that Tinubu is busy appointing Garba from Kogi, Garba from Plateau, Alhaji Mohammed from Sokoto. They will actually be happy. Ask me why. Because that Garba Ibrahim from Kogi is from Fulani extraction. Why? They are everywhere. Go and search Kogi government. You must see Fulani there. From Kogi origin. Go to Kwara State of House of Assembly. You will see Abdul Rahman, Abdul Rasaki, Abdul Aziz, Idrib Abdul Karim, Idris this, Idris that. They are all from Fulani extraction in Kwara State, because they lay siege almost every region of Nigeria. So what am I trying to say? Well, Tinubu made an appointment and they will find out that this man is from mid-north. Actually, he's from north. And that is it. It is in line with federal character.
Well, they are saying the guy is a Yoruba person.
It doesn't concern any Yoruba man that is from northern origin. Because according to federal character, when the state was divided in Nigeria, Kwara State was carved out. There are Yorubas there ancestrally. So you don't need to alter that. I'm not trying to paint Tinubu gold or to support his policies. No. Because that position is good for the Southeasterners. How many Southeasterners are his government? All he's busy doing is appointing only Yoruba, Hausa mid belt, Hausa this, less and less good. That position he has given to a Kogi man is right. But Fulani will never say is right. Because Fulani believe that Nigeria is their forefathers' estate. Whatever you do in Nigeria, you must follow Fulani. See, my announcement to the Fulani nationals, is that the Hausas are waking up gradually. It's gonna take years. But the militias, the Hausa militias in the bush, right in the bush of Zamfara, Katsina and Sokoto State, they are doing good jobs. Because all the tents of the Fulani headers in Sokoto Forest, Adamawa Highlands, everywhere in the former Gongola states, the Hausa militias are doing good job. The Fulani headers, Fulani Marubas, all of them are facing this confrontation now. It's Hausa militias that are doing it. You see, let me tell you, time shall come when Fulani will regret what they did to Nigerians from 2015 to 2023. We've come out to tell them that no man, no tribe, no single tribe in Nigeria is an island. You must do what? Live cohesively with your fellow, with other tribes for Nigeria to excel. But if you think that you are the only tribe in this country that will be this, that will be that, that will be who is who, you have gotten it wrong. It is high time for Fulani to understand that their origin is Senegambia, that is Futajelo Island, from where they at least migrated from 200 and something years ago to oppress and oppress, to persecute and persecute, so persecute and even persecute the Hausa man, who are very, very accommodatable. They can accommodate. That's why the Fulani prevailed on them today and succeeded on bringing down Hausa man. And let me tell you, unfortunately for the Fulani, someone has educated them on what to do, and they are doing it gradually. Time shall come when it shall be a game of number, and that is when Fulani is going to understand that they are not even up to 10 million in Nigeria.
Well, in exposing the excesses of Fulani, one must be very careful. Yesterday, a retired General Olakunle Tango, came out and said that he almost gotten deleted by Buhari when he exposed the invasion or the invasive plans of the Fulanis. When Buhari was even questioned, and this went viral, if you remember, when they asked him, why are the Fulani elders wielding gun? He said they needed it to protect their cattle. Haven't heard that. We know that it was the emergence of Buhari,
Islamization
it was emergence of Buhari that we awakened that Fulani Islamization agenda. Your reaction to this?
The worst thing that Buhari, who claimed to be the best government even among the previous government administrations of Jonathan Obasanjo, when Buhari claimed this on social media yesterday, I saw it on Phoenix. I know what I wrote. Very comprehensive comments on the comment section of Phoenix, because Buhari introduced this kind of quest for Fulanis conquering everywhere in Nigeria. It's a new quest we saw in recent time from 2015 to 2023. Cattle rearers were people that were going on their way before. It's only when they graze on your land, you have altercation with them, they will actually say sorry. But this time around, they start claiming that they are the strongest tribe in Africa. That was how Buhari procure arms, AK-47, AK-49 for the Fulani cattle rearers. And if you ask them, he will tell you they are to protect their cattle. Are they the only cattle rearers in the world? Do you know the chief occupation of the Argentines, the Brazilians, the Hollandians? They are cattle rearers, or you call them husbandry people. Animal husbandry.
Pastoralists.
That's a pastoralist. That is what they do. From where dairy product comes from. Milk.
Yeah,
It is not only Fulani. See, let me tell you, Buhari came with a very bloody agenda to do what? Disalive all the tribes in Nigeria and occupy their land. Ruralization process failed because we actually stood on our feet. Courtesy. Ayo Fayoshe. Yes, and Akeredolu. May his soul rest in peace. Akeredolu stood on his feet. He fought and fought the Fulani pastoralists that had taken over the whole forest of Ondo State. On their farmlands, they graze their cattle and disalive the farmers till the nature of Mother Earth, the Mother Earth and nature answer most of the cattle rearers by thunders raining from heaven, disaliving all the cattle, the cows on Ondo State and Ekiti State, even on Ochun State. We read it on newspaper, we saw it on social media, how monstrous death overall, took all the cows of the Fulanis. They begin to die in their large numbers. Not even that Gamalin 24 or 54 was sprinkled on those grasses or on those crops that they began to die monstrously. I'm telling you that it was the handwork of nature. So let me tell you, Buhari tried it, but to the credibility of the erudite then president of the Senate, or Senate president Olushola Ahmed Saraki, he stopped legalization. He stopped Islamic.
Bukola Saraki.
Yeah, Bukola Saraki. He stopped legalization. He stopped at least everything about Fulanization of Nigeria. He threw it out of the upper legislative chambers, and it began to look as if he was the one that he was stopping President Buhari from doing nice work until the second coming. Legalization grew deeper and deeper, was at least nicknamed or was given another AKA guy name, cattle colony. It still could not scale through because people like Bajabi Amila, they are at the lower legislative chamber to kick against every ideology of the Fulanis to take over the entire landscape of Nigeria.
We're talking about the legislative arm. We saw how a Fulani woman came out and said that the Fulani man is a global citizen and he has the right to move with his cattle anywhere in Nigeria, just as the Igbo man also scamper for business opportunities. That's why are the Southerners aggressively against the Fulanis, moving their cows from place to place. That are we not supposed to coexist as, nationalities?
Let me tell you, it's because such woman is from Fulani extraction, and Nigerians, especially the Hausa tribe, allow Fulani to infiltrate the entire north. Yes, that's why they have that kind of mentality and orientation to think that they are first-class citizens, not only global citizen. Which global citizen? Are they global citizens in Central African Republic? Don't you know that all of them absconded in 2023? The president who was Fulani absconded into Canada. The IG of police, the chief of army staff, the prison controller, and the customs, they are all Fulanis in Central African Republic. Where are they today? They are not in that country. Are they, that place not among the globe? No. Central African Republic is not among this globe. The globe we are talking about is not the earth, the world, the mundane. Yeah. Where are they? Where is the Fulani? See, the time we begin to understand it in time, very, very, early as possible. As early, the Fulanis begin to become apprehensive of what is coming against them. The Fulanis, they must leave Nigeria, because these are people that are bent on Islamizing, bringing a religion that is so strange to the Southerners to take over Igbo land, or yes, to take over Southwest. Because Ekiti, I'm seeing now, is having the overall imam in Yoruba there. The man that was boasting of bringing Islam to that family, that conquered me, that Islam has come in Ekiti state. Is that not brainwash of the same Fulani, hegemony? See, let me tell you, that woman in the house is trying to claim that they are global citizens. If Fulani is a global citizen, who are the Americans? The number one citizen in the world, who are they? What makes Fulani the most underdeveloped, undereducated people in African continent? What makes them global citizens? The Igbo man, the Yoruba.
Can you say they are underdeveloped?
They are underdeveloped.
They control the Nigerian politics.
They live in the bush.
But they control the Nigerian politics.
Yoruba politicians made it so. Hausa politicians are the reason why. Yoruba and Igbo politicians are the reason why the Fulanis are controlling their politics. Because we are not ready to allow people that dwell in the bush. They are the Wolof. Yeah, the Wolof. They are the Mandigo. They are the Bororo. And other names they have, the Malinga in Guinea. In Guinea, they are Malinga. Malingas that live in the bush. The Arab, the desert rat that lives in the desert. The Chua Arab in the southern Libya. Number one global citizen, my foot. Global citizen in Nigeria. That is where Fulani claims global citizen. That woman should go to Ghana, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Gambia, and tell those countries of West Africa that Fulani man is a global citizen.
Thank you very much.
I speak
of Tinubu regionalizing this country called fraudulent one Nigeria. The Northerners quickly rushed to the House of Rep to propose additional 14 states for the North, and then for the Southeast 5, and for the Southwest a little bit around 11, 12. You know why they are doing this? They understand that the major resources come from the South, right? So they want to throw in a half solution. No, we want an actual segregation of the regions. You think we in the South, we are fools? Which resources will be used to finance these additional 14 states in the North? In the Northwest, they want to create 5 additional states. In the Northeast, they want to create 4 additional states. In the North Central, they want to create 5 additional states. Just a few days ago, all these Middle Beltans came out and protested that they do not want that prefix called not attached to them. That they in any way are not North. They are not North. So why should the North now rush to the House of Rep pushing a bill because the Middle Deltans are seeking their own regional identity. They want to stand on their own. Whatever resources they find in their region, they will be the one controlling it. The Southerners, from time immemorial, right from inception, just like the Biafrans, just like the Ogoni people, have been crying right from the days of Kensarowiwa that they want to be on their own. Let us have what we call true federalism. Whatever you find under your soil belongs to your region. You guys will manage it. You guys will only remit a meager 30% to the federal purse. In terms of war, in terms of maybe there's an epidemic, that is when they dip hands into pockets to supply aids and then give shock absorbers to those locations. That is how a true federal state operates. But instead of this akuyas, goats, instead of these northern goats, northern representatives, instead of them to push for North to have its own region, they are now using scope, trying to use a secondary school sense. Let's take a look at the map. Oh yes, you can see the map up there. At this side we have the northwest. At this side we have the north central. At this side, what do we have? We have the northeast. But we know that the cash cow feeding the old northerners comes for these sections. Can you see it? This is where the oil and gas, that is the chicken that lays the golden egg. If you not as serious, what they should push for is a bill that supports the agitations of the Southerner. This charade, you think we are going to celebrate? Giving the Southwesterners about 12 states? We do not want it. We reject it. We outrightly reject it. We outrightly reject it. What we want is a region that will stand on its own. When I make 1 million, let me in my region know how I will spend it after I have donated 30% to the federal government. It shouldn't be a situation whereby you want to create more liabilities for me. You want to create more liabilities for me. You know? You want to create additional 14 northern liabilities so that you can have more alimentaries that be multiplied. More Boko Harams to be multiplied. So that's what you want. That's their plan. Creating more 14 liabilities to the whole South. You know, we are talking about gas now. We have discovered that Imo State has the second largest, deposit of gas in the whole world. But the North are pushing for Sharia. So we in the South, we will now be the one feeding their additional 14 states. So now we go to feed now. You guys are jokers. We reject the bill. We reject it. Why do you rush to the House of Rep today on a Thursday? Because you know that there is an agenda. And Dr. Fapoda came out and said that Tinubu, the only solution to the Nigerian quagmire is let us return to the golden era when Nigeria had a region. When Nigeria was fragmented into regions, the Northern were having the agricultural revolution. Tafawa Balewa was doing exceedingly well. We had their clothing factory. In Southwest, we have the rubber and the cocoa manufacturing. You know, in Ikeja there, we have Ikeja Industrial Estate. In the Southeast, we have the palm oil under Mike Okpara. That is the statement of Fapoda, and this is what the Southerners support. The issue of creating one fake more states. Creating more states so that South they can extract more. Because when they create more states, by extension, there will be more cuts from the VAT, from the internal generated revenue (IGR) generated from Lagos, Rivers. Of course, in South, those are the two states generating more money than any other states in the whole country. Followed by Oyo State, then maybe Ogun State. Before you now start talking about maybe Abia, Imo, and all that.